Okay, so let me get a feel for who already has like their first version done. If you can hear me, Portia, Katie, Lisa, where are you at in making yours? Let's see. Let's see what progress we have. Done the main page and testimonial page. Cool. Okay, beautiful. Are you willing to? Can I interrupt you for 5 and see if either of you are willing to share, just like quick screen share, and just show us yours, just to show us that you did it, and let you share any thoughts or questions you had as you were doing it. You're down, Katie? All right, let me get you some sharing permissions. Hi, Katie.
Hey, how's it going?
Going great. How are you?
So good. I'm up here in Vancouver, British Columbia.
Beautiful. Thanks for building. Look at Katie's. Let's go.
So I might headshots a little bit of an
that's
older...
gorgeous. That's beautiful.
Thank you, Tracy. That's such a compliment. I appreciate it. One thing I noticed and that we might forget is when we're filling in our own domain here, that it was already hyperlinked to exprealty.com. So just remember to come up to this pen and type in your own domain so that if you were to send a digital copy, it's not the worst thing to link out to exprealty.com, but you'd rather link to your own seller site or probably a buyer site. So I might change that domain to my like a buyer lead gen site for property search.
100%.
And my headshot is like sucky in a way because it was done a while ago and I don't have the originals, and when he edited it, anyway, it's just missing the top of my head. So I adjusted the image, and I noticed that when I first double clicked on it, because it was like it takes over for you, when you pull your image through. So I had to pan down to the bottom right corner. See how it won't let me change the size? Because it's like stuck in that template. I actually have to not double click like that, but just click on the image and then grab the corner to change the size.
Cool.
So anyway, that was it.
Thank you.
I did this one as well and then just dropped the blue part down. So I guess if I wanted to get to that again, I could change the position and bump it back. This was up. Oops. This was up here, right?
Got it. Yep.
I just dropped it down.
Okay, cool.
And I'll come back to that. Have my LinkedIn open on.
Oh, look at these testimonials. Where did you pull these from? You had them handy on your website or your...
I just went to my email and then clicked on Google Business and
amazing
from Google.
Dude, congratulations.
Thank you. I'm a little perplexed with these because I don't know. I don't really have stats like this. I'd be picking it up, but I might change what it is about at the bottom.
Yep.
Saved in buyer concession.
Cool.
I don't know what I'll do.
Okay. So can you stop there for a sec? I would love to point this out to people. Here's, how Traci gives these guiding North Stars, right? Like everybody in this room probably has an income goal and it's, maybe above your current income. And so I just call that like the millionaire's mindset, right? Everybody here has a mindset of wanting to make more money for whatever reasons. So what Traci tells us every week, like your North Stars are, she starts every single session with how you're thinking and feeling, changing your physiology, right? Your power pose. So she's telling you as a person who's experienced the success that you want to have, that it's important to her to start her day right every day, right? Then the next thing she tells you is what zip code you live in. So she tells you to be thinking about where you live and thinking about helping other people live in different places, right? So those are so important to her that she tells you every time. The bottom of this page is EXP's leadership, the best of the best, telling you these things are important as a buyer's representative. They're telling you these North Stars. So first off, I'll break these down real quick. Buyer success rate means for every 10 buyers you work with, or 100, or any percent, you're going to have to do some math here, which is why I start with 10 or 100, because those are easy. How many of them successfully achieve their goal with you? So let's say you've worked with 10, and I count renters in buyers if anybody does renters, because it's the same kind of thing. They're just looking for a place to live. So out of every 10, what percent of them succeed? And, I'm going to give you a couple ways to think about this stat back to how I used to run my business. Well, first off, I didn't even count people that didn't sign an agreement with me. Because if you weren't serious about being my client, then I couldn't count your success as my failure or your failure as my failure. As your fault. You should have worked with me and we would have gotten the house you wanted. My success rate with clients was like 95%. If you worked with me, you got a home, period. Maybe 3 years from now, maybe 3 weeks from now, maybe 30 days from now, maybe it was your starter home, maybe it was your investment home. But if you were a client of mine, we got it done. It's just the only times it didn't happen was money fell through, people lost a job, someone else was still married because their spouse was in prison and they didn't know they're still married. I mean, few reasons, right? But we were winning a lot. And so I think, Katie, I don't want to say make it up, but use your most honest math. 8 out of 10 is pretty high.
Someone's buying with me, they're going under contract. I can't think of the last time I worked with a buyer. I'm not the busiest realtor, but I can't think of the last person, because we have a good market here.
Then you're in the 90s. You know, you can probably think back to a few things that fell out for various reasons, because there's no 10 out of 10s. Nobody's 100% here because stuff does blow up and go wrong over your career. But if you're in the 70s to 90s, that's a good number. Next one, average time to find a home. This is telling you, if you're not tracking this, you should be. How long for the time you start working with someone seriously? Let's say from the time, if you watch my 4 phases on Monday, from the time they begin shopping or are ready to buy to the time they actually find what they're looking for. And the reason this is important when you're talking to buyers is because this is not only an indicator of you, this is an indicator of what's going on in the market. So at a point in time for me, it was fast, but right now it's slower. Like it's just there's not as much inventory for the last few years. It's taking longer. We had multiple offer situations a couple years ago. Now we have interest rate challenges. So it's taking longer, but this just gives them something realistic to expect, right? And it tells them what happens. And then this gives you a chance, really the power of this page, just this bottom page, is to tell them what it means to be in different phases. Well, this doesn't mean, Katie, that just because you're thinking about buying a house, all of a sudden you're moving in 6 weeks. This means once you've gotten pre-qualified with a mortgage lender, you've decided that you're ready to shop. We start looking, you know, you can make this mean whatever you want it to mean, but that's what I'm telling you is like, this is so important for you to be able to explain what it's like to work with you, right? The next one, for anybody who doesn't understand what this means, when you make a purchase offer, when you submit an offer to buy a home on a buyer's behalf to a seller, you can negotiate concessions back to the buyer. When you start negotiating for repair amendments via inspection periods and things like that, you can negotiate concessions back to the buyer. So when you negotiate these, you're going to remember them, and it's going to be like, oh my gosh, I helped them get a few $1,000s back. Start adding this number from first buyer on. And wouldn't it be insane to write a number like 233,000? What does that mean? Tell me about that, Katie. Well, that means of all the buyers that I've worked with, I've gotten this much back through my negotiations process. Oh my gosh, we want to work with you. Can you save us $200,000? Yeah, probably not, but a couple thousand is a possibility in today's market. So we'll go after it, right? And then last but not least, how many people have you helped buy a home and sort of save them money on the purchase price below budget, right? You ever watch those? No, I won't use a judgmental word. Do you ever watch those TV shows that have people out looking for homes with other people, agents taking them homes, and they're like, so-and-so and so-and-so, and their budget is $425,000. Well, for most people, it's just a psychological thing. They don't want the top of their budget. They want to come in below budget, under budget, right? It's just what they want. So how cool is it if you can find them a home that was listed at $425,000, but you negotiated it down to $395,000? Or how even cooler is it that you can find them a home that's only 10 minutes from their parents' house, that's maybe outside of town where they hadn't looked yet, and because you went there, you saved them $75,000. Oh my gosh, we came in under budget. So it lets them know, maybe like puts this little seed in their mind that they are getting serviced by you and you're caring about them winning and not just trying to make money off of them, right? So EXP tells you they think those are important. You're welcome to change them, as Katie said, to whatever fits for you. You can delete them. You can do anything else you want to do. These are all super customizable. But Katie, thank you for sharing. Congrats on getting your buyer presentation book started. Air 5, high 5. I know a couple of you also wanted to say they wanted to share, and I saw Melissa's hand go up. Do you want to share your screen real quick? Maybe while you share your screen, it'll prompt us.
Let me see.
Let's go.
Yeah, I could do that. It's okay.
Can you see what
Wow.
I'm?
Yep,
All right,
I
I
got
didn't
it.
get really far, because what I have to do, I have to go back and like I have to upload new photos because I do have a different computer, so I do
Looks
have, the
awesome.
same photo.
Yeah, it's
I was
okay.
just at, I need to upload some more homes
Look
because
at
okay,
you.
that was my question. Okay, I was one, but I think it's fine. I was wondering what, right here, if I should just post the front of the property or it doesn't really matter what picture you post here.
It doesn't matter. Your choice. The
Oh,
prettier, the better. I think anytime something is visual, or here's the words: relatable, relevant, shareable. So if you're meeting with a $250,000 buyer, you probably don't want the $2 million property at the top. You could change this for them if you wanted to, but otherwise, if you're working in multiple price points, little bit, little sprinkle it in. Picture doesn't
and
matter.
that was my other question. I have not, I don't have a really high price range. So like, what
That's
should I
okay.
do?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Tell the truth. Put in
Okay.
your real stuff. Make it, every day in every way, I'm getting better and better and better. As your business grows, put the next one. As you sell the next one, put the next one. New listing comes on the market, put that one. And say, hey, by the way, I just want to circle something on page 4 for you. If you know anybody that's moving into this neck of the woods, this is actually my new listing. I just put it in here so you could see it too. Wanted you to know that I've got a listing over there, right? Like, just make this your real story, your real narrative. That's my opinion. Traci, you have a different perspective or thoughts? Nope.
No, I
All right.
agree 100%. I think that's really sage advice.
Cool. Beautiful.
Okay.
Let's go, Melissa. High five,
Uh,
dude. Congratulations.
Thank you. And then other than that, I'm needed to upload new photos and
Okay.
then I have to add my own vendors. I do have a couple other loan officers I'll
Let's
add, but
go.
I'm liking where it's going pretty, so far.
Me too. And you know what? Thank you for sharing, Melissa. You're welcome to unscreen share. You just hit the little stop button down in the bottom.